Disclaimer. As stated in the description of this channel, our purpose is to point out the absurdity of the current polygamy narrative of the LDS Church using satire and other methods. Our intention is not to denigrate Joseph Smith, it is exactly the opposite, to help clear his good name. Be sure to check the description of this video for resources where you can find details on the emerging, alternate narrative of Joseph Smith and polygamy. Brian Hales, the de facto spokesman, apologist and historian for the church when it comes to polygamy, is often heard making this bold claim.
Joseph wasn't perfect. He wouldn't want us to think that he was perfect, but he was always worthy. And though I don't defend him as being perfect, I do defend him as always being worthy. He wasn't perfect, but he was always worthy. Joseph Smith was not perfect, but he was worthy. Joseph Smith wasn't perfect, but he was always worthy. Being a prophet, he was always worthy.
In the church, we are taught that having a temple recommend is a good indicator of our worthiness. So, let's take a trip through time and see how Brian Hales' version of Joseph Smith would do in a worthiness interview.
Thank you, Brother Joseph, for meeting with me today. I'm excited to help you get ready for the opening of the Nauvoo Temple. I just have a few questions to ask you, and we'll get you that recommend.
Great. Looking forward to it.
Do you obey the law of chastity?
Can you remind me what that is?
It is that a man should have no sexual relations except with his wife, to whom he is legally and lawfully married.
Oh, well, I am married to at least 30 different wives. Is that a problem?
Are they legal marriages?
Well, no. Polygamy is not legal in Illinois.
Do these marriages have a sexual component?
It's hard to say, but Brother Brian, my future biographer, will say that there is moderate to strong evidence of sexual relations with at least 9 of them.
Oh, wow. Well, we probably don't need to go any further with this interview, but we might as well check to see if there are any other things you need to work on. Do you strive to be honest in all that you do?
Does being honest just mean not lying outright?
No. Honesty is much more than that. A future apostle in this church, Elder Marvin J. Ashton, will teach that.
A lie is any communication given to another with the intent to deceive. A lie can be effectively communicated without words ever being spoken. Sometimes a nod of the head or silence can deceive. Recommending a questionable business investment, making a false entry in a ledger, devious use of flattery, or failure to divulge all pertinent facts are a few other ways to communicate the lie.
Oh, what about using words of someone trying not to lie without fully divulging a practice?
Nope.
Carefully worded denials?
Absolutely not.
Not looking at my other wives, so I can truthfully say I can only find one wife.
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, I guess I failed that one too.
All right, let's move on. Do you have any financial or other obligations to a former spouse or to children?
I don't have any other children, and history will prove it.
That's great. What about former spouses?
I don't have any former spouses either.
What did we just learn about having the intent to deceive?
Okay. Yes. I probably have a whole lot of obligations to current spouses.
Are you current in meeting those obligations?
Well, in the future, my secretary James Whitehead will testify that he never saw any money being given to any other wives. So I guess I'm probably not current in my obligations.
Okay, maybe that's something you could work on.
Yeah, I don't have much money though. Do you think some of my ladies would be content with getting a land deed in the place of a loving, committed, exclusive relationship?
You're hopeless.
As you can see, Brian Hales' version of Joseph Smith just doesn't stand up to scrutiny. Thankfully, there are some new historians on the scene who are digging deeper and discovering new sources and interpretations that are helping to clear Joseph's good name. If you'd like more information on this growing body of evidence, check out the channels that are linked in the description below. More on I told Joseph his name would be had for good and evil. Don't you think we've had enough evil?